This book is really polarizing about a lot of topics, and one topic is going close to me, and that is the topic how to invest and how investing is not the best strategy or even the main strategy to getting into the fast lane. I will come back to that, but just to make it clear, polarizing at all involves extreme viewpoints or messages, and for that reason you don't want to have half of your audience, or in this case half of your reader, against you. But as we saw, it worked in a lot of cases, because the human brain always wants to know how something ends, and if you can't figure it out how something ends, you almost freak out. You will probably recognize it if you finish a whole movie and you don't accept the end because it was not closed. And especially in social media, for example TikTok, you watch one video after another and sometimes you are not knowing what is going on, and every next step is unpredictable, and after you continue the video and it's finished, you think like, why the hell did I watch the whole video? But that is not all. Especially polarizing works a lot with book titles. If you just look at it right now, we have a lot of books with bad words in it, and it will polarize and you will buy it probably. But this is not the topic for today. Today's topic is the Millionaire's fast lane, and let's start with the honest evaluation and even more with a game. I will give you 3 points about 3 topics, and you can just write at the end in the comments how many of them in which area you've gained a hat trick. A hat trick means you have all 3 points of it, because I could take even more points in it, but these are for myself the main points, and it's about the sidewalk, the slow laner or the fast laner. A typical sidewalk is people who spend their whole money like there is no tomorrow. The second point is they always chase the money and always go where the money is. The last point for a sidewalk person is spend more money if they earn more money. Like they switch up a job because of the money. For example, they go from 100k to 200k, and at the same moment they spend like they earn even more money, like the 200k. These are typical sidewalk people. The next point are the slow lane people. Typical slow laner are they investing 10% of their salaries into an ETF. The second point is they put all their finances into Excel sheets, and the third point is they change time for money. Most of the people in the world are slow laner, and I'm honest, I'm also one of them, but I try to drift from the typical slow laner to the fast lane, but it will take time. The last point are, as you thought probably, the fast laner. Typical fast laner are they compounding their money and starts where the fun goes. For example, if we save money and it take us 40 years to get 1 million, they make the shortcut and start with such an amount of money that they save around 20 years, and they need just 10 or 20 years until they reach the goal of 1 million. The second point is they're owning a business, and as well they're owning, more important, their time. The third point is a fast laner can leverage their earnings. So just write it into the comments, where did you get the hat trick? Got 3 of 3, and if it's split it's completely okay. Nobody is 100% in one way, it's just my opinion, but at the end there's even more. This was just a way of give you an overview of each of these 3 topics, and every time now you go outside with my knowledge, I instantly hear out if somebody is a sidewalk person, a slow lane person or a fast lane person. For me, I want to understand the fast laner. I want to stuck with them and understand why they are doing the things that they are doing. But let's deep dive into the fast lane part to understand how everyone could do it. For that I have a couple of examples. A fast lane means time works for you. Also, they use the money to compound as a fast laner. In almost every case you have to be a business owner to be a fast laner. You should own the business, not the business should own you. And there are a couple of examples about the coffee owner and how she always had to work in her business. She opened her business in the morning and worked until into the night, and it was almost impossible for her to do something different as to work in the coffee shop. She couldn't control her business, and as well she couldn't leverage it. We could speak about it if the business plan and all that she started was completely right, but at the end she just wanted to understand what she's doing wrong, and that is one big topic, because you should own the business and you should control the business as well. And one bigger point is how MJ DeMarco, it's the author of this book, write that people don't care about what you love, they care about themselves. But I will come back later to this topic. As well, a fast lane doesn't mean you will be rich in 1 year. It will take you around 5 to 10 years, but it's still better than waiting for the retirement. You have also to suffer in accepting setbacks in some areas, because you have to focus and be disciplined, and for that you need to work. There will be moments where you fail, but this is always the biggest learning. So let's start to come to the journey. How did MJ DeMarco did it from a broke person with 20 years old to become an experienced millionaire with 31 years old. He told us you should have a money tree in your garden. Typical money trees are rental systems. For example, you give your home or buy a home and give it for rent. And it doesn't have to be a whole house, it could be also like a flat. Second point is computer and software systems. If you just look at the richest people in the world, a lot of them are selling software systems. For example, Microsoft. The third point is content systems. Everything is nowadays online. You can do affiliate links, YouTube, social media, write a blog, etc. The fourth point is distribution systems. For example, move products to masses, and we have for that Walmart or Target or any other big distribution company. The fifth point is the human resource system, because you have to keep the customers happy. And how can you keep customer happy? You can do that they feel better, for example, with entertainment, music or videos, or you can help them to solve a problem. You can as well educate them, or you can make them look better with health, nutrition, clothing or makeup. As well, you can give them security, you can give them housing, safety. But how it works? This is one key lesson of this book, and it's called the law of affection. If you want to earn millions, you should affect 1 million people. And for that, every company should have 5 commandments. Number 1 is control. Number 2 is entry, for the right timing. For example, if you started to invest in the crash 2008. The third point is the need. The fourth point is the time, and the fifth point is to scale. As well, you don't have always to have these 5 points. It is also working with 4 of these 5. But if you get all the 5 points, it's the best way. A lot of mistakes that people are doing is they want to have more money, and for that they increase their work hours or add a new job, like for example on the weekends. As well, they're going back to school, or they need more time to invest money. Instead of 20 years, let's say you want to have 50 years to compound. And the last point is they always want to save more money. But do you know what is even worse? 7 things that could happen. Number 1, danger of your health. Who is guarantee you that you will be healthy about all the time while you are living? And we are all just humans. We got sick over the time. And who will guarantee that you can work your whole life? Second point is the danger of your job. In a lot of cases, especially in 2022, we lived through a lot of layouts or similar. If the company is not going well, you have a danger of your job. And believe me, if we speak about the secure way, if we have a work, it is not always that secure if you think about it. The third point is the danger of your home. We have points like increasing rent, or relying on houses and their prices, or even things break down if you're just living in them or another person is living in one of your flats or houses. The fourth point is the danger of the company, hoping that the company survives, so you are relying on the company with your pension, or you will get stocks from the company. This is just hoping for survive. The fifth point is the danger of your lifestyle. If you start to budgeting everything and living in minimalism. The sixth point is the danger of the economy. Hopefully the market will make you around 8% return year after year. This is just a hope. And the seventh point is the danger of the sidewalk. If you feel powerless because you can't control your job, your time, etc. A lot of people start to buy things just to convey high status and feel good and feel important. And that is very sad if we are honest, because you're just buying things that other people start to like you or give you status about. Let's come to the conclusion and to my opinion. I don't think that the slow lane is wrong, because I told you most of the people are slow laner. But in this book, a couple of topics are a little bit out of the window. It's just my opinion. And the most important thing is, if you read this book, just pick out things that you really like and use them in your life. Because that means you use the theory and bring it into life, and that means you learned it. If you really want to learn stuff, you have to do stuff. In a lot of books, they speak about timeless lessons, etc. But they are still writing them in the past, and the times are changing. I can't imagine that someone who wrote a book 50 years ago would imagine how people get rich in nowadays, for example with crypto, and just being in the right time, in the right area, and they made it. Just think of it. It doesn't matter in what kind of situation you are right now. If you want to earn double the amount that you're earning right now, how should you do that with a job? You could learn everything you want and and work as hard as you just possibly can, and you will get probably a raise. But the amount you're wishing for is almost impossible to get it with a job. As well, if you start to reduce your cost and save most of your salary, you're not saving 10%, you save even more. But if you do that, and you will figure it out very quickly, there is a limit. If you reach that limit, you need to figure out how to get more money into your bank account, because with earning money, there is no limit at all. You can earn how much money in the world is, but limiting even more is not possible. MJ DeMarco is right with one thing, and I will take that out of the book right next to the law of affection. Always do the opposite. If everyone starts to speak about NFT, crypto or specific stocks, you should sell them. Do always the opposite, because if everyone knows about something, it's always too late. I have as well a bonus tip for you. It is about the USP. USP means unique selling proposition. For example, Domino's Pizza deliver to your door in 30 minutes, and if they're not successful with that, the pizza is for free. Let's start with the 7 points of the USP. Benefits. Fill the need and use the right reason for a business. If you add value, people will buy from you, not just because you want to be an owner. One more thing is that at the end, everyone is just thinking about themselves. People really don't care what you want. You have to fill out the 5 commandments, which I mentioned earlier. Second point is be unique, with a great mix of desire and urgency. For example, you pick a Mac over a PC. You choose not just a Mac, you choose safety, speed and reliability. The third point is be specific and give evidence. We are living in times when you get noise from everywhere, but specific and let the evidence put out the skepticism for customers. The fourth point is keep it short, clear and concise. Long phrases get skipped. The best USPs are short, clear and powerful. The fifth point is integrate your USPs into all marketing materials. It should be all over your public communications, and you can use everything that you have. Sixth point is make it real. A USP must be convincing enough that people will buy or switch even brands, and that is a huge meaning. You have to capture your audience attention with strong hooks and benefit them all the time. The seventh and last point is get noise stuck in traffic. Look around. Every car is look the same. We seek to be different and unique, but how to rise above the noise? Polarize, be risky, arouse emotions, be interactive, be unconventional. And that's from me. Thank you all. Bye bye.